The 1989 penny is a fascinating piece of American currency that carries both historical significance and intrigue within the world of numismatics. At first glance, this coin may seem like an ordinary penny, one of the billions minted for daily transactions, often tossed into jars or forgotten in pockets. However, for those who take a closer look and understand the nuances of coin collecting, the 1989 penny holds the potential to be much more than its face value of 1 cent. The 1989 penny was struck during an era of change for U.S. coinage. By the late 1980s, the composition of pennies had shifted from their traditional copper construction to a copper-plated zinc core, a transition that began in 1982 due to the rising cost of raw materials. This change significantly altered the way pennies were manufactured, and it introduced new challenges to the minting process. As a result, coins from this period often exhibit errors and varieties that make them highly collectible. The 1989 penny stands out as a key example of this phenomenon, with some specimens achieving remarkable values at auctions due to their rarity and unique features. Among the most sought-after 1989 pennies are those with errors that occurred during the minting process. Coin errors are unintentional mistakes that can take many forms, including doubling, die cracks, off-center strikes, and more. For the 1989 penny, one of the most talked about varieties involves a transitional error related to the reverse design. Specifically, this involves the reverse of 88 error, where the reverse die used to strike some 1989 pennies was a carryover from 1988. This error is identifiable by subtle differences in the design, such as the shape and placement of the FG initials on the reverse, which stand for Frank Gasparo, the designer of the Lincoln Memorial reverse. Coins with the reverse of 88 variety are considered highly rare and desirable among collectors. They represent an intriguing moment in minting history, where the use of an outdated die led to a small subset of 1989 pennies being struck with a reverse design not intended for that year. Discovering one of these coins can be an exciting find, as their rarity makes them valuable, with some examples selling for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on their condition and clarity of the error. The 1989 penny is also notable for its high mintage numbers. Pennies from this year were produced at 3 different mint facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia pennies bear no mint mark, Denver pennies feature a D, and San Francisco pennies are marked with an S. The vast majority of 1989 pennies were produced for general circulation, but the San Francisco Mint focused primarily on proof coins, which are specially made for collectors and struck with exceptional detail. These proof pennies are often found in pristine condition and can command higher prices in the coin market, especially when graded by professional services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. Another key feature that adds to the allure of the 1989 penny is the possibility of discovering a double die error. This occurs when a coin is struck by a die that has been engraved twice at slightly different angles, creating a doubled appearance on certain parts of the coin's design. For the 1989 penny, collectors often inspect the obverse for signs of doubling in the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," or the date itself. On the reverse, doubling might appear in the lettering of "United States of America," or in the details of the Lincoln Memorial. Double die pennies are highly collectible because each one is unique, and the more pronounced the doubling, the more valuable the coin. That in addition to the double die error, other minting mistakes can also increase the value of a 1989 penny. Die cracks, for example, occur when a die becomes damaged or worn, leading to raised lines or blobs of metal on the coin. These imperfections are highly sought after because they are unique to the specific die used to strike the coin. Off-center strikes are another type of error that can make a 1989 penny valuable. These occur when the blank planchet is not properly aligned with the die during striking, resulting in a coin that appears misaligned. The degree of misalignment affects the value, with more extreme errors fetching higher prices, especially if the date and mint mark remain visible. Collectors also pay close attention to the condition of a coin when determining its value. The state of preservation, or grade, is a critical factor, and coins are typically evaluated on a scale from poor, P1, to perfect mint state, MS 70. For the 1989 penny, finding a coin in high-grade condition can significantly increase its worth. Uncirculated coins with no signs of wear are especially desirable, and proof coins from the San Francisco Mint are often graded at the higher end of the scale due to their superior production quality. One of the most exciting aspects of the 1989 penny is the accessibility of searching for valuable coins. Unlike rare gold or silver coins, which are often out of reach for the average person, pennies are everywhere. They can be found in pocket change, jars, or rolls from the bank. This makes the hunt for a valuable 1989 penny an engaging and affordable hobby for collectors of all ages. For those who are new to numismatics, it's a great way to learn about coin collecting and develop an eye for detail. When searching for valuable 1989 pennies, having the right tools is essential. A good magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe can help you examine the fine details of a coin, such as the spacing of the FG initials on the reverse or the presence of doubling in the inscriptions. A digital scale is also useful for weighing pennies, as errors or unusual compositions can sometimes result in a coin that is lighter or heavier than normal. For example, while most 1989 pennies should weigh approximately 2.5 grams, a deviation from this standard weight might indicate an error or a transitional coin struck on an older planchet. Once a potentially valuable 1989 penny is identified, it's worth considering professional grading. Certified coins are encapsulated in tamper-proof holders and assigned a grade that reflects their condition and authenticity. This not only protects the coin but also adds to its marketability, as collectors often prefer graded coins when making purchases. Grading services like PCGS and NGC are highly respected in the industry and can provide valuable insights into the rarity and worth of your coin. While the 1989 penny is a captivating subject for collectors, it also holds broader cultural and historical significance. The design of the Lincoln cent, featuring a portrait of Abraham Lincoln by Victor David Brenner, is a testament to the enduring legacy of one of America's most beloved presidents. The Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo, serves as a reminder of the values and ideals that Lincoln represented. Even as the design of the penny has evolved over the years, the 1989 penny remains a symbol of continuity and tradition in American coinage. In conclusion, the 1989 penny is much more than a simple piece of change. Its errors, varieties, and historical context make it a fascinating subject for numismatists and casual collectors alike. Whether you're drawn to the hunt for a rare error coin or simply appreciate the artistry and history of the Lincoln cent, the 1989 penny offers a world of discovery and excitement. So, the next time you come across a penny from 1989, take a closer look. You might just be holding a small but significant piece of American history. What if I told you a penny from 1961, one that you might have sitting in your drawer right now, could hold secrets worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? It sounds unbelievable, right? A simple 1-cent coin from over 60 years ago, yet its story, value, and potential might surprise you. Today, we're diving into the fascinating history of the 1961 U.S. penny, uncovering its unique features, and showing you why it could be more valuable than you think. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll be inspecting every coin you come across in a new light. The 1961 U.S. penny is far more than just a piece of copper with Abraham Lincoln's face stamped on it. It represents a pivotal moment in American coinage history and holds a deeper significance in the world of numismatics. But why, you might wonder, is the 1961 penny worth our attention? After all, it's just another Lincoln cent, right? Well, not exactly. You see, while this coin might seem ordinary to most, it has an incredible story, and its value could be far more than you've ever imagined. What makes the 1961 penny special? That's what we're here to find out. the first thing you should know about the 1961 US penny is that it's made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. This was the standard for US pennies before the drastic change in composition in 1982, when the penny was altered to a copper-plated zinc version. So the 1961 penny is still solid copper, which means it holds a unique place in the hearts of collectors. And it isn't just the material that makes it special, it's the design too. On the front of the coin, we have the familiar Lincoln portrait, designed by the artist Victor David Brenner. This iconic image has been around since 1909, and it's something that every American is familiar with. But the reverse side is where the real history lies. In 1959, the design was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial, a symbol of American strength and unity. And this design remained on the 1-cent coin until 2008. So, the 1961 penny marks a specific era of U.S. coinage, and it's the last coin to carry the memorial design before the transition to the shield design. But that's just the beginning. The 1961 penny was minted at 3 major locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from Philadelphia do not have a mint mark, while those from Denver are marked with a D, and the rarest of them all, the proof coins, were minted in San Francisco, marked with an S. These mint marks are more than just small letters on the coin, they actually play a crucial role in determining a penny's value. You see, the 1961 penny isn't just any old coin, it's part of a series that features a variety of mint marks and potential rare errors that can make certain coins worth far more than their face value. Now, you might think the 1961 penny is just another ordinary coin, but trust me, there's more to it than meets the eye. In fact, certain pennies from this year are worth far more than their face value. What makes them so special? We're about to find out. Let's dive deeper into some of the rare errors and varieties of the 1961 penny that could make it worth a small fortune. One of the most famous errors on a 1961 penny is the double die error. This occurs when the design of the coin is struck more than once by the die, causing a blurry, double image. Commonly, the double die errors can be found on the word liberty and the motto, "In God We Trust." Now, imagine finding one of these pennies in your pocket or collection. It's not just a penny anymore, it's a valuable collector's item. In fact, some of these double-die 1961 pennies have sold for thousands of dollars, depending on the severity of the error and the condition of the coin. But that's not the only error to look out for. Another rare variation of the 1961 penny is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is not properly aligned in the press, resulting in an off-center design. Depending on how misaligned the coin is, it could still be worth a pretty penny, no pun intended. Off-center 1961 pennies, especially those with a significant misalignment, have been known to sell for hundreds of dollars at auction. The more extreme the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin becomes. Then, there's the issue of die cracks and cuts. These are caused by damage to the die that strikes the coin. A die crack results in raised lines of metal on the coin, while a cud is a raised blob of metal. While these may seem like imperfections to the untrained eye, coin collectors actually seek these out. They value these coins because of their rarity, and certain die cracks and cuds can fetch high prices in the marketplace. It's not uncommon to see a 1961 penny with a die crack or cud sell for well above its face value, but there's one more error that makes a 1961 penny stand out: plating errors. These occur when the coin doesn't receive a full copper plating, leaving exposed zinc areas on the surface of the coin. While these are somewhat rare, they're highly sought after because of the unique look they give to the coin. A 1961 penny with a noticeable plating error could easily fetch a premium price, especially if it's in good condition. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. One error from 1961 has collectors buzzing. A penny so rare and valuable, it could be worth thousands of dollars. But what exactly makes it so special? Stick around, because we're about to uncover the most sought-after 1961 penny. If you think the 1961 penny is just a common coin, you're in for a shock. Some of the rarest 1961 pennies have sold for staggering amounts at auction. For example, a 1961 penny with a double die error recently fetched over $5,000 at an auction. And it doesn't stop there. In some cases, rare off-center strike 1961 pennies have sold for even more. One sold for nearly $8,000, proving that these coins are anything but ordinary. But how do you know if your 1961 penny could be worth thousands of dollars? The answer lies in the grading of the coin. Coin grading is a crucial factor in determining the value of any coin, and it's particularly important when it comes to rare errors like those found on the 1961 penny. The Sheldon grading scale, which ranges from 1 to 70, is the standard used to evaluate a coin's condition. A coin graded MS 65 or higher is considered to be in near-perfect condition and can command premium prices at auction. So, how do you evaluate your 1961 penny? First, you'll want to inspect the coin closely for any of the rare errors we've talked about, such as the double die, off-center strikes, die cracks, or plating errors. Using a jeweler's loupe or magnifying glass will help you get a better look at the finer details. Pay close attention to the areas around Liberty and In God We Trust for any signs of doubling. If you find a coin with these errors, you may want to have it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Once you've identified a potential rare coin, it's important to handle it with care. You don't want to accidentally damage it, as this can lower its value. Store it in a protective case to keep it safe from scratches or wear. And if you're planning to sell your coin, be cautious about counterfeit coins. Unfortunately, counterfeiters have targeted rare coins, so it's important to buy and sell through trusted dealers and auction houses. Still think your 1961 penny is just a piece of pocket change? Think again. Imagine finding one of these rare error coins hiding in your collection. But how can you tell if your penny has what it takes to make you thousands of dollars? We'll reveal exactly how to authenticate and evaluate your 1961 penny right after the break. The world of coin collecting is more exciting than ever, and the market for rare coins, especially the 1961 penny, has never been more lucrative. Coin collectors, dealers, and investors are always on the lookout for rare coins to add to their collections. As the demand for vintage U.S. currency continues to rise, the 1961 penny is becoming more sought after. Collectors appreciate the history behind the Lincoln Memorial design, as well as the rarity of certain mint marks and errors. And with online auction sites and coin communities growing, it's easier than ever to tap into this hidden market and turn your pennies into a small fortune. But that's not all. There's one last twist to the story of the 1961 penny. We've seen how it can be worth thousands, but what if I told you there's a chance your 1961 penny could be worth even more than that? Stay tuned, because in the next segment, I'm going to tell you exactly how to tap into this hidden market and turn your penny into a small fortune. Now that you know what to look for and how to evaluate your 1961 penny, it's time to put your newfound knowledge to the test. Start inspecting your pennies carefully. Who knows? You might just have a hidden gem on your hands that could turn into a small fortune. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more awesome coin hunting tips. If you've ever found a rare 1961 penny, share your story with us in the comments below. We'd love to hear it. And remember, the next time you find a penny, you might just be holding a fortune. By the way, if you think the 1961 penny was the most valuable of its time, wait until you see what other pennies from the 60s are worth. Stay tuned for our next video, where we'll uncover even rarer coins with even bigger price tags. You won't want to miss it. What if I told you that a penny from 1987, a coin you might have lying around your house right now, could be worth thousands of dollars? Sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? But in the fascinating world of coin collecting, even the simplest looking coin can hide an extraordinary story. A story of rare errors, overlooked details, and hidden fortunes. Today, we're diving deep into the mystery of the 1987 US penny, a coin that, at first glance, seems like nothing special but could turn out to be a collector's dream. By the time you finish watching this video, you'll be digging through your change, your jars of pennies, maybe even your car cup holder, wondering if you've been sitting on a treasure all along. To truly understand why the 1987 penny is so intriguing, we need to go back and explore its roots. The Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909, was designed to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. This coin became an icon of American history and has been in circulation for well over a century. In 1959, the reverse design was updated to feature the Lincoln Memorial, and this version of the penny continued until 2008, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. The 1987 penny is part of this iconic series, and at first glance, it doesn't stand out as particularly rare or valuable. It was a high mintage year, meaning millions of these coins were produced at the U.S. Mint. But as with many things in life, the true value of the 1987 penny lies beneath the surface. Some of these coins are far from ordinary, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why they're so special. The first step to unraveling the mystery of the 1987 penny is understanding its basics. Pennies produced that year were made of 97.5% zinc and just 2.5% copper, a composition that began in 1982 when the U.S. Mint transitioned away from solid copper coins. On the obverse side, or the front, you'll see the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a design created by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse side is the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. While the design may be familiar to most Americans, the mint marks on the coin can make a difference. 1987 pennies were minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from Philadelphia have no mint mark, while Denver pennies are marked with a D. San Francisco produced proof coins for collectors, marked with an S. Proof coins are struck with a special process to create a sharper, more detailed appearance, and they're typically not found in circulation, but mint marks are just the beginning of what makes these pennies intriguing. There's another layer to this story, one that involves errors and varieties. These small mistakes during the minting process can turn a penny into a valuable collector's item. And 1987 was no exception. Let's talk about the rare errors and varieties that make some 1987 pennies worth so much more than 1 cent. One of the most coveted types of errors is the doubled die. This occurs when a coin is struck twice by the die, causing parts of the design to appear doubled. Imagine seeing 2 versions of the word Liberty overlapping, or a faint shadow of Lincoln's profile. Collectors will pay a premium for pennies with this kind of error. The same goes for doubling on the reverse side, such as the Lincoln Memorial or the words E pluribus unum. If you're examining your 1987 pennies, pay close attention to these areas. Another common error is die cracks or cuts. These happen when the die used to strike the coins develops a crack or chip, leaving raised lines or blobs on the coin's surface. While these might seem like imperfections, collectors see them as unique features that set these coins apart from the millions of perfectly struck pennies. Off-center strikes are another fascinating error. These occur when the coin isn't aligned correctly during the minting process, resulting in a partial design. The more off-center the strike, the more valuable the coin becomes, especially if the date and mint mark are still visible. Plating errors can also make a coin stand out. For 1987 pennies, this might involve incomplete copper plating, revealing the zinc core beneath. This kind of error not only makes the coin visually striking but also incredibly rare. And then there's the intriguing possibility of transitional errors. While these are more commonly associated with the composition changes of 1982 and 1983, it's always possible that new discoveries could emerge, involving 1987 pennies struck on the wrong planchet or with an unexpected composition. If such a coin were found, it could command an astronomical price, but the question remains, how valuable are these error coins? Let's take a closer look at some real-life examples. There have been cases where a single 1987 penny with a prominent error sold for thousands of dollars at auction. For instance, a high-grade penny with a double die error might fetch several $1,000s, depending on its rarity and condition. Off-center strikes, especially those with extreme misalignments, have also been known to sell for impressive sums. The key factors here are rarity, demand, and condition. When it comes to grading coins, collectors and dealers use the Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70. The higher the grade, the better the coin's condition, with mint state, MS, coins being the most sought after. An MS 65 or higher 1987 penny, especially one with a rare error, could easily be worth thousands. Trusted grading services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, can authenticate and grade your coin, giving you a clearer idea of its value. So, how can you tell if your 1987 penny is a hidden gem? Start by gathering all the pennies you can find from this year. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to inspect the details closely. Look for doubling in the letters or Lincoln's features, check for raised lines or blobs that might indicate die cracks, and weigh your coin to ensure it matches the standard 2.5 grams. Any significant deviation could signal an error coin. If you think you found a valuable 1987 penny, handle it carefully to avoid damage. Place it in a protective holder and consult a coin expert or submit it to a professional grading service. Even if your penny isn't a jackpot, the process of searching and learning can be incredibly rewarding. Now, you might be wondering, why does this all matter? Why should anyone care about a 1987 penny? The answer lies in the growing popularity of coin collecting. In recent years, numismatics has surged in interest, thanks to platforms like YouTube and online auction sites. Error coins, in particular, have become hot commodities, capturing the imagination of collectors and enthusiasts around the world. And let's face it, there's something thrilling about the idea that a simple penny could be worth a fortune. Have you ever thought about how many rare coins might have passed through your hands without you even realizing it? Do you think you've ever unknowingly spent a rare 1987 penny? Let us know in the comments. And if you found one, we'd love to hear your story. Before we wrap up, let's recap what we've learned. The 1987 penny might seem ordinary, but its history, errors, and varieties make it a fascinating piece of American coinage. From double dies and die cracks to off-center strikes and plating errors, these coins offer a glimpse into the artistry and imperfections of the minting process. If you're lucky enough to find one, it could be worth far more than its face value. So, don't overlook the change in your pocket, it might just be hiding a hidden fortune. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more incredible coin hunting stories. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with a fellow collector. But before you go, here's a little teaser. If you thought the 1987 penny was fascinating, wait until you hear about the rarest pennies of the 1980s. In our next video, we'll reveal a coin worth over $10,000. You don't want to miss it.